Alright lads, how you all doing? Welcome back to another video, and today, going into 10 things that are missing in FIFA 23. In today's video, going into the things that you may expect to be in a game this year, because some things are still gone, some things have been removed, and some things are actually going to be coming back as well, that you may not even be aware of. So for example, Juventus is actually coming back. So that is one thing that you guys may think will still be gone. Juventus is now back. The license with Konami has officially finished its contract. Therefore, rest in peace, Piemonte Calcio. We will not forget you. Always in our heart and always in our soul. So there's many things that are going to be gone. Some things that are actually coming back. So these are updates and little features and like licenses you guys may not be aware of. So let's get straight in. Yo, do you play FIFA 22? Yeah. Is your team bang average? You absolute pathetic piece of... You're saying that to the viewers? No, obviously. Ah, okay. I mean you. Do you face teams like this? You can't keep getting away with it! Do you know there's a way to get coins? Why are you shouting at me? Then go to userbuy.com for the cheapest and most reliable place to buy your coins on FIFA 22. Link is down below in the description, and also use code Vizeh at checkout to get a discount. Okay, boys, so where should we start off here? So we've got a bunch of features and licenses and players as well that won't be there. I'm gonna start off with one of the biggest ones, and that is Akinfenwa. He's officially been retired. So EA, they when they get kind of bored and lacking ideas like usual, they sadly cannot just go to Akinfenwa to give him a special card in an SBC. Okay, sadly that is now impossible as Akinfenwa is now officially retired. So sorry lads. Another player that will no longer be in FIFA 23, which is a big one actually, and is kind of quite upsetting because of the context behind it, and that is Maradona. Maradona, who has been a legend / icon in many FIFAs now, will no longer be in this one because of a licensing dispute. Maybe it's because of money, I don't know. Of course, as we all know, Maradona has sadly passed away in the last couple of months, so maybe that's an issue, that's part of it. I don't know the exact details, but as far as we're aware from a lot of articles saying that Maradona icon card is no longer available in the game. I think he actually can't pack him anymore in FIFA, but of course, because he was out beforehand, he's been in packs previously. But yeah, for the start of 23, Maradona will no longer be an icon card, which is quite sad because he's always been a staple of the kind of icon since I think FIFA 18. So yeah, it'd be upsetting because of course the context, but he will not also be on FIFA 23. Of course, this is as of right now. Maybe some brand new deal will be formed before the start of new FIFA in 2 months time, but as of right now, there has been no brand new deal. So as of right now, he's not in the game. Next up will be a variety of some players that will also not be in the game for obvious reasons. So the likes of Benjamin Mendy, likes of Mason Greenwood, likes of Sigurdsson, and probably many more players as well that won't be in the game for obvious reasons as of right now in terms of their cases. One big one in terms of features is crossplay. So of course we all know that crossplay is actually coming into FIFA. I don't know if it'll be there at the start of the game, because in, for example, F1 22 there is crossplay eventually, but it's not at launch. So kind of a dumb thing. But when it comes to FIFA 23, it should be there eventually, if it is at the start or not, for FUT and for the one-to-one game modes, but it's not for pro clubs. It's been stated that pro clubs will not have crossplay, which is stupid because you would think that'd be the main place to have crossplay with the most players involved. That I just thought this would be like an obvious thing. Again, in the year 2022, it should be a standard, like a mandatory standard for all AAA games to have crossplay across the entirety of the game, in every game mode. That should be like a common practice at this stage. I don't know why it's like seen as a thing which we're gonna hope that it has. It should be the basic like expectations at this stage. Up next, into another license, Liga MX. Bit of an odd one, but if you're Mexican, this will be a big one for you. Liga MX will not be in FIFA 23. Konami has got that license as well, a brand new one for this year. So all Liga MX clubs, and with some nice kits as well that you'll see quite often, UNAM, America, some very popular kits and badges that you may see quite often. Sadly will not be in the game, which is quite upsetting as well. Next up, going to Bayern Munich. next up, going to Bayern Munich. Because of the Bundesliga license, fortunately, they still have their team in the game. They still have the kits, and they still have the badges and the official name, but they still don't have the stadium of the Allianz Arena. That is still not in the game, sadly. So yeah, we're still going to wait on that one. Next up, going into Serie A, which, of course, as I said earlier, the Juventus, Piemonte Calcio, will be back in FIFA, fortunately. So that's one team that's going to be back in the game, which they've been gone since FIFA 20 now, I believe. However, sadly, 4 other teams in Serie A are still going to be as their default names, which would be Napoli, which would be Lazio, Roma, and Atalanta. And sadly, they'll be having their generic badges, kits, names. Sadly, yeah, it's still going to be the same as it used to be until eventually their PES and Konami licenses do run out. Another league that may not be in FIFA 23, this isn't absolutely confirmed, but it's set to be by a lot of articles, that the JLeague over in, of course, the Japanese First Division are also seen to not be in FIFA 23. There's been no confirmation that they are. The EA and FIFA licensing has been removed officially from the JLeague website. So unless if there's going to be a new deal set out in the next month or so, maybe Konami, which would make sense because of the links between Konami and the JLeague, you would think that there would be a confirmation of a license over there. But as of right now, as of today, there is no confirmed license for the JLeague in FIFA 23. This one is actually this one's a happy one, which is actually a lot of teams that are being added to the game. So these are all of the brand new team nations which are added to the game, which are a lot of them, and this is all because of the World Cup game mode, which will be in November, December, obviously, which is Ecuador, Senegal, Cameroon, Ghana, Iran, Tunisia, Qatar, Costa Rica, Japan, Morocco, Croatia, Serbia, Saudi Arabia, Switzerland, Uruguay, and South Korea, all playable throughout kickoff, or in career mode, or in head-to-head seasons. And you'd also imagine that they may also have their kits and badges for FUT as well, which is great news. So these are actually some additions to the game to add on top of it. So let's go into some features that won't be in FIFA 23, and this is more specifically for the old gen players, that sadly, any brand new feature that you will see from now on out, brand new features for FIFA 23, especially gameplay wise, will not be on old gen consoles. So the Xbox One or the PS4 will not have the brand new features. Let's say the new Hypermotion 2.0. Let's say any features they put onto career mode will not be put onto old gen. It'll be purely for new gen, which is a shame. PC will have the new gen features too, so if you're on PC, don't you worry. Of course, they'll be having a new gen gameplay, but sadly, if you are on PS4 or Xbox One, you won't have any of the brand new features. In terms of some other features that we would like to see return, I'm just going to name a few here which has not been put in. So DKT, Daily Knockout Tournament, is not in the game still. However, Friendlies kind of has, overtook it to a extent of, what it kind of gave to the player base. So at least they've kind of somewhat replaced that in another way. Classic kits in a EA FC catalog, so the entire EA FC catalog will not make a return as far as we're aware. They have no intention of bringing that back. Classic kits, you got to buy classic kits, unless if it's through like an SBC or maybe objective in like FUT, randomly across the entire year they just kind of put one in there. But yeah, this isn't a thing really in the normal span of the game. So for career mode, you won't get classic kits, which is again really frustrating. And this is technically outside of FIFA itself. It's more its own FIFA standalone game. There's been no leaks or no way to tell us that there was going to be a standalone World Cup game like what we had in previous years. It's looking like it'll just be the same mode as 18, which would be its own like game mode in FIFA, where it has FUT and you can do your own like World Cup, but there's no like story qualifying, there's no captain the country, there's no like a mode where you can take like a San Marino or something and like try to qualify with them and try and win a World Cup with San Marino. Sadly, they've just took that out for whatever reason. I don't know if it's licensing, surely not, because FIFA is still with them, so I think it's just that they just cannot be bothered. Here are some brand new leagues that can be put into the game. So we got ourselves the FA Women's Super League. This will be added to the game. So we've got the women's game, but of course, if you guys don't know, Sam Kerr will be alongside Kylian Mbappe on the cover of the brand new FIFA 23 game, which is a good thing, I think, because like the women's sport is getting much bigger, and people that's kind of crying about it, I don't know why. Like it's just a person on the cover of a game. It's not really like people like saying like it's shoved in your face. It's like, it's just a game cover. It's really not the end of the world. They didn't really ever really mention past 16. It's just kind of always been there, but just kind of hiding in background. But yeah, the Women's Super League, and I believe also the Women's Soccer League in USA, the feminine the Bundesliga, and also the French Women's League as well should be added to the game, which should be cool, especially if you're a woman and you play FIFA. You can actually like play like a career mode with the let's say Chelsea and the Women's Super League. They're not forcing you to play it. If you have an issue with women's football, that's fine. If you don't like it, then don't watch it. As simple as that, really. And then apparently it says the Vanarama National League should also be in FIFA 23, which as of right now, I don't know if that's fully true, because last year I thought it was, and then it wasn't, and I kind of looked a bit dumb, so I kind of want to hold back on this 100%, but apparently it's saying that it is. If that's just like a few teams, like Wrexham is being put in the game, you know, and that's it, I don't know. Oh yeah, and also there is, as of right now, no duplicate storage. I wish they brought that back from the World Cup game mode, but they decided not to still, so that's still not in the game. But you never know, I kind of want to hold back the kind of features in career mode and that kind of stuff, because maybe, you know, maybe in the trailers they could say there's like staff in the game, which should be like, wow, insane, I got like an assistant manager now and a coaching staff with attacking coaches and defending coaches and goal and fitness. I hope so, but as of right now they may not be back in the game, because they were in the game once upon a time, like sponsors and facilities, but let's just ignore that, right? Maybe we'll get more information very soon. I kind of hope it's not just like a 2-minute montage of like just some real fast-paced balls being kicked across the pitch, you know, just balls being switched across back and forth and back and forth. Maybe they can actually show some features today, and I'll do a video tomorrow going in depth into what they show as well. So tell me down below in the comments, what are you guys looking forward to the most of FIFA 23, and I'll see you guys next time for another video, and stay safe.